some food, but I can talk a little bit about that first.
No, I'm just always curious.
We're on air? Okay.
Yeah, so what's up with your little dip into monk? I'm just kind of curious about the mechanics in that.
Mechanics or kind of the reasoning why I'm choosing the archetype?
Yeah,
all the above, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Well, so originally I chose the trapper archetype or snare crafter, but a lot of these adventures aren't really written with us planning to ambush a patrolling unit all that often, which is kind of what snares and traps are going to be best for. That or trapping up camp at night and then going into the morning. But we also have the tiny house, so we're kind of okay with that. So I never ended up using it, so I was like, all right, well, let's swap it. I think at the time one of us had mentioned the weapon improviser archetype and linked a video that was talking about how cool it was.
Yeah.
So I started to swap to it. And then more recently I realized I don't actually qualify for it. So I was like, well, that's illegal to have. So I was like, well, you know what? I kind of already do the unarmed stuff anyway since I've head stomp. And I do tripping and stuff like that. So it's like, well, let's kind of go more into that. Let's learn from Muros, who also does this stuff just more effectively. So.
Attempts to.
Yes. Stylized in his own way, of course. So I'm going down. So the monk archetype gives. I have it right here. Gives training in unarmed attacks and powerful fist class feature. Training in acrobatics or athletics. So you get that from monk dedication. Then you get basic kata, which is a first or second level monk feat. I chose the wolf
stance.
Yes, the wolf stance.
Yep.
And then at fourth, you get monk resilience, which is you gain 3 additional hit points for each monk archetype class feat you have.
Cool.
And that continues on afterwards. So if you continue to get more feet, more HP,
Nice.
And then advanced kata at 6 gives you 1 monk feat, and for the purpose of meeting prereqs, your monk level is equal to half your character level. And so that one, I took the next step in wolf stance, which is wolf drag.
Yeah.
So wolf stance gives me unarmed attacks with a D8 piercing, agile backstabber, finesse, non-lethal traits. Right. And when I'm flanking a target while in wolf stance, my wolf jaw unarmed attacks also gain a trip trait. And then wolf drag, if I spend 2 actions to make a wolf jaw strike, it gets the fatal D12 trait, and if the attack succeeds, the target is knocked prone automatically. So
that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Especially with sneak attack.
Yeah.
Because your sneak attack is 2d6?
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty gross.
Well, and attacking a prone target will either lower their defenses or raise my attack, which gives me more likely to crit, which gives me that fatal D12, which changes base weapon damage dice to D12 and adds an extra D12 on top.
Just imagine that cartoon imagery of just both Muros and Lobrook just kind of punching down on this character and it's the smoke. It's just
Need you guys both get a little closer to your microphones. Hello, everyone. Talking about the longest but educational lead-in ever. Welcome to another exciting episode of Pathfinder 2nd Edition Age of Ashes. We are in Book 2, Cult of Cinders. episode several, 20, 30, something. And I got to say probably 2/3, 3/4, 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the adventure. Our heroes have returned to Breach Hill, have patched up some unknown offenses at Tuskhead Stoneworking. And as I have them step out into the quiet, dusty street, the street is just quiet for this time of day. The usual hustle and bustle seems a little bit muted from what you guys remember. We perceive a bit of a hush over the town.
Hey, where are all the Longshanks? There's usually more of you around. They're like vermin.
No one seems to know. So, what other business did you guys have in town before returning swiftly to the jungle, the mighty jungle?
Stop around at some of the item shops to drop off some samples of stuff from the Moagi Expanse to see if they'd be interested in regular trade.
Oh, you
start
mean
up them trade routes, man. Build those residual incomes.
Okay, so going up to, let's start with, you remember our favorite little gnome?
Yep.
All right. Imagine walking in there and chatting him up. And he's like, fine, very interested. Yeah, very, very, very interested. How are you going to get my goods across the inner sea to the Moagi Expanse? And is there customers there that would be interested in my wares? It's a ways off. Not that I don't think you could deliver, but that's like weeks, if not months at sea, and some of my perishables. And
we can bring in.
We weren't talking about sending your goods out. We're talking about bringing them in. Would you be willing to purchase them off us?
Oh, I'm like, well, I mean, they do have, I hear they have the finest, darkwood timbers and such, but...
and you got to try these mushrooms, but don't do it during business hours, lad.
Most exotic of herbs.
Could you get any trinkets from the tribes or some of the rare beasts type of thing? Like if I could get myself
I suppose I could look into that for you, of course.
Something like that, because he sells small wares, right? So.
Yep.
Bubble or two wouldn't be too hard to come by.
Okay. So you guys do a lap of town, whispering, "We've got Moagi Expanse to sell. Who's interested in buying?" Am I getting this right?
Yep.
Okay. And pulling up the party sheet, you guys have no party treasure that I have listed. Where's all your stuff? I have everything that you guys are carrying, but I don't have anything in the way of like party goods. So
yeah, that's where all those statues and stuff were. That's why I was like, I can't find them.
Well, I mean, I think there was a point where I decided to strip it, and I'm like, who wants what? And we were like, who wants this low-grade Silver Morning
you
Star?
Shuffled a bunch of stuff around.
Yeah, and you guys should have them on your characters, so it's no longer here where I accidentally hit the 50% off button, and you guys lose everything. 1 second, talking about else.
Anyways.
Because we had a bunch of stuff to sell.
I was wondering, would I have collected pelts from all the survival hunting I was doing in the jungle?
Getting up every day and driving to Tim Hortons to get my wife a coffee pays off when I'm midstream. I'm like, baby, could you make me a cup of tea, please? Watch the kettle. I get it back on.
Nice.
Pay forward.
Yeah, well,
thanks, Cheryl.
It's almost worth up. That's again. No. Okay. Well, again,
I got a couple silver weapons that I have on me. I could sell.
Okay, can you drag that stuff back into the party inventory? Is that possible?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I might be able to do it from here. I'll just pull upon.
Yep, I totally can.
Okay, so anything you guys are willing to sell for the party, except Niall's gear, because he's technically not there. Actually, no, that's not true, because Niles would give it up before you left. So, everybody that wants to sell anything, dump it in.
Depending on what it is.
Well, you have control.
Yeah.
How did you do that, Matt?
I just dragged it from my character sheet onto the party sheet.
Oh, okay.
So if you click the little eye with the 3 people beside it at the top, there's a tab on the side that says inventory, and then you can just drag the stuff into there.
Okay.
I've got the blunderbuss and the shot and stuff. Should we just sell that? Or does somebody want to shoot things?
It's a shoddy blunderbuss. You have to make rolls just to keep that shit together or it blows up in your face, remember?
It's worth money. Even if it's a few copper, it's a few copper.
Actually, you know what? The gnome would take that off your hands, so yeah.
And then there's the grape shot. I might hang on to the gunpowder, though. Oh, really? You got to do it. That sucks. Got to do them all.
Why?
For the individual, so I have to drag every single individual grape shot of the stack out. I can't do it all in one.
Going up here in the chat like ding 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 ding. Yep. You guys wanted to keep the barrels of gunpowder, that I know.
Yeah.
Now you guys managed to defuse them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Did you guys drag 3 giant barrels all the way back here? No. You guys have them stashed somewhere in the jungle. Because I don't think you even took them out of the temple. That's a lot of lugging.
So the gunpowder that I have is the gunpowder for the blunderbuss.
Yeah,
that's not the big barrels.
Okay, yeah,
but we did take the barrels for sure.
I think you guys stashed them in the boat in the river somewhere or something, or left them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you guys would even like lug, because it's a huge freaking barrel. Like, just to lug that through the jungle is exceedingly tiring and slow. You know what I mean? I think you guys were a hex close to the river, and even if you didn't, I'll hand wave it and say that you guys got it to his boat. Because you went back to his boat, found his stuff, and like, okay, throw the barrels on the boat, shove it ashore, camouflage it, we know where it is. If we got a quick getaway with your gunpowder, you just jump in the boat. Because if you guys you're in the jungle lugging this barrel, what do you do? All right, throw the barrel at the creature. No, I'm too tired to fight. We really have to use this barrel because I'm exhausted.
Oh, we're gonna use it to make our own entrance into the big baddie's fortress at the end. I think that was loosely the plan we were talking about. Okay. Make our own door.
Get eyes on it, right? Mm.
Or use it as a distraction to lure everybody to one side of the keep while we raid the other side. Oh, okay. Sneaky deaky.
Okay.
Anyways,
I got you guys on a wide shot. So if you're gonna eat, just kill your camera. So from everything from antler arrows to alchemist fire that our ranger once carried, to Lobrock still has his caltrop snares, to clan daggers with relic powers that we really have never gotten into yet. You guys are starting to pick up potions, like there's tons of stuff. If you guys just want to liquidate, take a quick minute.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Some of it's useful though.
Take a hot minute, and they never give up like a potion of visibility or whatever. And like Lobrak modified the leather armor you had and took it for himself, right?
And I'm keeping that feather fan. It's cool.
Oh yeah. No, I just meant anything that's redundant. Now the black powder kegs, as they're called, are on your character, but there's got to be a party gear or something where you can put it where it's not. Oh, you just don't have it equipped, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't have it equipped, it won't count as your bulk because it's all right. That works. Okay. You guys wanted to modify a crossbow. Talk to a queen on the way back about, and okay, so let's say you guys spend, 3 days in town? Putting the word out that we can bring Moagi Expanse to your door.
Mm-hmm.
But not the Pasanis. Oh, I'm sure the council will catch wind of all this, but
Yeah. Well, and you know what? We won't exclude the Pisanis, like, out of spite, you know what I mean? But, you know, we aren't going to go out of our way to do business with them.
Yeah.
We're not going to be like dicks like that.
Well,
because business is business.
Pisanis and Tuskhead are rivals. So if you deal with both, that's fine. But probably either one would insist, like, they're not like, if you do business with him, I won't do business with you. But, you know, I'm sure both will try to dissuade you from dealing business with the other and ensure that they could handle any order, you know.
Yeah, no, obviously we're going to pull the racist card and do our business with the dwarf out of the two.
I love how they're right across the river from each other. Like, there's this cute little hut, and then there's like, you right across the river is this massive building. It's the Pisani Bros. Yeah.
Hey,
always
what's your name?
You know.
Ezekiel.
What's the other building? Okay,
Mathew.
So liquidating all that stuff.
Yep.
Oh, it didn't let you sell the grape shot or the blunderbuss.
Really?
Oh, maybe they're just too weird or rare or broke for you to sell it. Let me hit that button again. Nope. Unable to determine. Huh. Anyway.
Oh, because it doesn't have any information on the sheets for it. Because I didn't actually grab I just dropped item. You know what I mean? Like I just wrote it in. I think.
All right. Well, firearm. No, I don't have any information on either. Blunderbuss. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll get back to that. It's in a new book. It's here, safe here. You know, or put it back on your sheet. 500 gold, not silver. Woo. 500 gold.
Yeah, baby.
Now, if you guys want to change this into platinum to make it portable, 50 platinum pieces, you know what I'm saying? 6 gold and 11, you know what I mean? There's something.
Is there a bank in town?
All the churches.
Yeah. I mean, Caden's Keg, you know, you guys want to go and give a little tithe action for their rent-a-clerk that you've been using extravagantly.
It's probably a good idea.
Or, like I said, or Tuskhead. I mean, the Stone Hut, you're like, look, here, you know, we're going to, like, you guys are building a freaking castle.
We're going to use it for sure.
Just give it to Buddy, right? Unless he turns up dead and robbed. It's like, no, where's our money?
We'll give him 400, and that should buy a few months of work. You know what I mean? Like, because if I recall what the pricing was, it wasn't wasn't crazy expensive.
Yeah, experts were silvers for weeks.
Can't hear you, Messsina. Move in.
I say experts were silvers for weeks.
Still can't hear you.
Yeah. Choke up on it.
Yeah, get in there.
Get on top of that.
Are we better now?
Yes, please. Editing's a nightmare with you involved. I do.
Say daddy.
Daddy doesn't want to edit for 3 hours. He only wants to edit for 1 hour, and it's because of you. So stay tight to the fucking microphone, if you please. All right. So
tight. Anyways,
in the notes. Okay. Did you ever find that idol? No. We got to find that, right?
It's somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. It was in the like loose inventory at some point in time, but yeah, we'll give him 400 and then take the remainder of it and split it up amongst the party so everybody's got some liquidity.
Yep. I have in the notes Tuskhead credit, 400 gold pieces paid, 1 gold idol. And it's public. There we go. So, running tab. So make a note of it here.
Sweet.
Noted.
Tuskhead. Okay, so what else is on the agenda? You were going to try and...
This system with the Citadel reminds me of a game from way back in the day on the Super Nintendo called ActRaiser.
I remember that one. Yeah, 100% remember that one.
You'd like have this adventure mode. It was like a side scroller kind of Castlevania type thing, and then you'd go back to town, and it turned into this like overview while you built everything. It was cool.
Loose sim, yeah, it was pretty dope.
Anyways, so get all our business in order. Anybody looking to buy anything in particular?
Everyone seems interested. They're like, give us a list. How much is that? Like, you just said I can get you stuff. Do you want it? And they're like, yeah, let's talk, right? So you're gonna have to sit down and figure out not just a one-timesy. Like, if you're offering to broker a steady supply of something, you got to show that you can keep supplying. Oh, well, we went off adventuring. I haven't had any mushrooms for 6 months. They're not going to deal with you. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be consistent as a business.
Well, and that's so consistent is actually not that hard, because we can have our dwarven guys who are getting to set up in the tunnel and just make an arrangement. You guys go through this portal at this time, meet with the Grippleys, make your trade with them, come back through. They can take care of the logistics.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, logistics might actually take a couple more adventures or months to set up until it's fluid, like weekly or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Laying the groundwork, it's good stuff. Yeah. Okay. Is there any rules for sorcery for you to just conjure up a new spell? You just wake up in the middle of the night, like one of those.
So for learning new spells, I can take a scroll and spend the time and learn it, or I can find somebody to teach it to me and pay them and learn it that way. But when you level, it just says you gain them. It doesn't say you have to go buy the, you can do it now, but you have to go buy the spell.
But as a sorcerer, you just gain them naturally.
Yeah,
I think so.
You work it out, right? So now Alberic's been having some pretty lucid dreams of space travel. And how many dwarfs we can put in a Volkswagen hut in the woods, and all kinds of stuff. These are all these interesting experiences. But before you just start dropping ice pellets from the sky, there's something there's a meat pack or something, and you want to rent his cold room, and you just go meditate inside the fridge. Feel the cold. Feel area of effect cold, artificially created, and let it permeate your body. I'm one with the mana of the. Just saying.
Yep.
I mean, Miros will throw in the river. Oh, you just nodded. You want cold? Here you go. Splash.
6 seconds. That's all.
Yeah, Miros will throw you in the river. Albric will freeze it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I meant he throws you in the river so that you feel hypothermia and no true cold that, permeates your being and helps you emulate these spells.
Okay.
I am the cold.
I'm just trying to dig into a
Miros
sorcerer.
just teaches everybody everything. It's you want to learn magic? Burn yourself. Feel the cold.
We're all supporting Albric today. Throws everybody in the river. We're here for you, buddy. This is your training montage. I don't swim. Too bad.
This is just canon now. Roast to teach everything, but just challenge yourself.
As I like the core cadets, you guys will eat together, sleep together, whatever. So it's even though we're studying magic, everyone tries. They show that lineup and everyone's meditating in the cold, but of course some of you guys are failing horribly or shivering, but you're all there for Al. And then when it's leg day for Miros, you guys are all
No, I'd have to say the advice that Miros would give every time would probably have to be line up 100% with One Punch Man with Saitama.
Oh yeah, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups a day. That's it.
Yeah, make sure you eat a banana for breakfast. 2 is okay if you're really hungry.
Now here's a character that is proportionally getting to be as strong as Superman. And when asked by a cyborg, "What do you do? You're awesome. I want you to be my master," and he just comes up with this regime of crazy
100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups
every morning,
100 squats, and I do a 10-kilometer run every day. Yeah. No air conditioning or heating.
Yeah, it's under any conditions, and that was the Gripply. That was the Gripply.
Yeah.
That was the grip. All right. So, did we miss anything before you guys want to head back to the jungle? Oh, right, crafting. Paying someone to craft a because we were talking about not stonemasonry, but weapon, like a blacksmith. Gonna make ourselves a hammer, maul, crossbow, hybrid. Yeah, something. Just looking to see
what's Pathfinder's version of the artificer.
Well, we got carpenters. What's a wainwright? Oh, woodworker. Okay, stonemason, essential.
Be a weaponsmith of some sort.
Yeah.
Religion, performance, nature, crafting.
Gunsmith.
Well, that's a whole other bag.
Yeah.
I don't have anything here that's available like blacksmithery or. So I'm guessing like whatever they have here is like horseshoes and some basic stuff. Like maybe not what you would need. We need to find a bigger town.
Yep.
Or start like training into your own crafting and make your own stuff. But okay, so we'll get back to that. Let's have to say for like the week that you guys spend here, no magical maul axe crossbow for you yet, sir. But you did buy the heavy crossbow. Want to play with it?
Yep.
Craft, right? You did get your hands on a maul, or you have one.
Yep.
You got
I don't
are.
have any like health potions or any sort of.
Well, we got Al that pipes out those 6 a day. They only last a day. They're only potent for a day, but he's got.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
never mind.
you know what? A permanent health potion or each. That's not a bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I have to look up what those go for, but.
Well, I can actually during downtime I can spend.
Make permanent ones.
Yeah, I can spend time and make permanent ones. There's a currency cost that goes into it, but it's way cheaper than buying them made, right? And you can do it. So I can use it to either give ourselves them, or I can do it during downtime to generate funds.
Do you have a lab? Like, don't you need like a workspace for that?
You just need your alchemist.
Yeah, but you need materials or something at
Tools.
least, right?
Yeah, you got to buy materials to do it, but the material cost is like way cheaper. Or you can gather them, but gathering them is it's another downtime activity.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't stack with the one you got now. This is what's later on going. Oh yeah,
The ones I have now are just temporary. They last a day.
Just saying. You guys have was a month? You guys wanted a month for something. It wasn't just a week. Most of the feats were going to turn over in a week, but some
because we had to retrain, right? And I think the retraining is what takes forever.
Well, who? We already established Ryan's argument that his stunning fist is only a week because it's a class feat, not a class feature.
Yeah.
So who needed a month? Spiegler's ideas were all in the future. I'm going to level and go into this new thing. I'm going to get goods and invent this new thing. So he's kind of a down the road. Was it Aiden? Was it Lowbrack that wanted serious time to monk up?
Somebody needed time.
But I figured we could also kind of backlog some of that as just fighting with Miros and watching him.
Yeah, being able we have a lot of downtime together.
How many dedication feats are you wanting to?
Well, it would technically be all of them.
Which is
and
how
then
many?
It kind of, well, it'd be 4, but all 3 actually.
Yeah,
but
3 weeks.
It might be 2 depending on when I made that change.
Well, if you're like I said, if you're exploring and trying to clear a hex, you're actively doing something in a strange environment. You don't like downtime needs to be.
Yeah, actual downtime.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And there's also saying you can have an active debt forward to.
I'm okay with taking the 3 weeks or whatever. You know what I mean?
These guys have like a have like a keep to go
100%.
check out and everything, man. Like yeah.
We like I totally would love to spend some time actually doing some craft checks on our castle.
And I could literally sit down and do crafting to make extra funds to finance more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or make a bunch of healing potions so we can roll out there with like, a pocket full of potions each.
Yeah, right.
That's not a bad idea actually.
Legit.
Okay, so
I took all these crafting skills and I've never really used them.
Because we need to not be moving forward for you to use them.
A week gets you some interest around town for the future of commerce, right? And all the supplies you need. Plus, Miros spends that time on himself for changing out Stunning Fist. I'll even be so kind as to say, on top of that, because there is an athletics trainer. So I don't have a cost of training though. Where's the cost of training there, Joe?
In the core book somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't have it up right now.
We'll get into the cost. I mean, you guys are still sitting on 100 gold, so it shouldn't be that hard to like cough up 10 gold to train everybody, all kinds of things. Right. So whether you guys bring in an acrobatics trainer, you guys learn of a woman named Nolly Peltry, halfling adventurer.
Right.
But she's not available at the moment.
Oh.
There's
So we only learn.
there's a couple arcane trainers. Now, if we have, funny enough, Trinley Uskwood, a human innkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, remember the Wizard's Rest that we like saw for a hot minute and then became infatuated with Wizard's Grace?
Mm.
Yeah, the owner is her grandfather is a prominent wizard. So if you just wanted to go and like learn the spell instead of trying to cough it up, or if you want to, like sorcerer has available, like he's going to sorcerer himself up into ice storm, sure, but if you want to go buy a couple 4th level scrolls for the future, or you know what I mean, Matt?
Well, you're a sorcerer though, Matt. You're not a wizard.
No, but he's got feats where he can use spellbooks, so he's both.
Yeah, it's kind of broken actually.
Cool.
Because like the big downfall to a sorcerer is their reduced repertoire and compared to a wizard.
I'm just saying, like through they have official arcane trainer, which means that's the arcane skill, and she would at least know where you'd kind of go, or maybe help you order in the scroll, or you know, I mean, you do have at least a connection through a tavern called the Wizard's Grace. A woman named Tronil Uskwold, a human woman innkeeper, and her grandfather was a prominent local adventurer. So, and the list goes on.
I ate all my scrolls already and turned them into spells. I did that during the last downtime. And yeah, there were 2 spells that I wanted to learn.
Okay.
So that I would have to purchase. One was Stone Skin and one was either Fly or Ice Storm, depending on which one you think is easier to get your hands on.
Pick one. They're probably about the same. What's more useful to the party? An area of effect spell, or the fact that you could just fly? Can you cast fly on anyone?
Game breaking.
Yep.
Can you cast fly on anybody?
Yes, I can.
Ah.
Be warned, Jeff. Be warned.
Which one's more game breaking?
So
depends how you look at it. Like, if he's got to spend each round getting somebody off the ground, and rounds are so precious, right? I can fly. Okay, round 2. You didn't do any damage. Now Miros can fly. Okay, round 3. Now you could like, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds great if you guys were like all like Superman coming into an encounter, but to start an encounter on the ground and wasting 3 rounds making everybody fly, that could cost you a fight.
But Flight of the Valkyries.
No, I'm just saying, you know, they all shrug and pull it. They all shrug and pull out crossbows. Twing, twing, twing. You know, if they have range weapons. What are you gonna do, right? How powerful is Ice Storm?
Ice Storm's not bad. It's not bad.
You're all shaking your heads. I'm just giving my opinion. All right, you guys asked for it, you know.
So you cast it, and there's an initial 2d8 bludgeoning and 2d8 cold, and then if people stay in it, they take 4 points of damage, and it lasts for a minute.
Okay. You guys remember the actual Thieves' Cant? And I think there actually still is a feat where you take Thieves' Cant, like the actual, right? Remember the old Thieves' Cant? The secret, the language of innuendos for rogues who's past secret menders go.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's literally nudge winking without nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You know, all kinds of innu, right? Sure, you guys need some ammunition. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I can get you some ammunition for your crossbow, right?
Innuendo speech.
Yeah, it's like, what are you offering, Viagra? What the fuck? Yeah, that kind of thing. So anyway, you guys are talking to the gnome, the halfling, the Crink Twiddleton, the halfling merchant. You know, this guy. It's kind of a long way over the Magic Expanse. Anyway, tries to catch your eye there, Lobrak.
Yeah. And Lobrak is there with a leather cap, goggles, and a scarf blowing in the wind.
You're always in the wind.
You know, if you want to buy all of those items, he's thinking about the fly spell. Very well done. Actually, you know what? That's creative. I think I'm going to give Aiden his first hero point in Age of Ashes, because I got to say, that was damn creative following up on... I mean, it's too bad I have to take them all back because of that shit they pulled about, oh, we said this in the last episode. But, you know, it was a fleeting moment. But just so you know, I had the gesture.
Fine, but also, you know, poo-poo on your moment since you poo-pooed on mine. That actually wasn't the first hero point you gave me in Age of Ashes. I already had an extra one. Yeah.
You know they reset after a session, right? They reset every session. You know that? They're not like force points, too.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Okay.
It was still on my character sheet from last time, though, so I went to reset it.
It's kind of broken with us, because the gaming session's 4 hours, and our episodes are like 90 minutes. So it's like, I give you a hero point, and if you guys don't die and spend it, it goes like 4 episodes, and it's just like, I give them out. That's another reason why I was interested in these cards. You know, because then you have like a cool action to back up something as opposed to like, do I have a hero point? I guess I do. I always do, so I don't die. And anyway, Crink Toodleton giving you the eye there. You know, a couple of, you know, so you guys need any special training? Looking at the goblin, you know. You know what also? You know what also works with that fire retardant suit you got on there? You know, for creeping around the shadows, and all I find is I get that in black for you. Shadow black, you know. You know,
really?
I have some, shall we say, comes around, hops down the counter and gets like nose to nose with you. Some gear in the back for us smaller folks. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm just gonna, you know, show this special client something, and you know, takes you in the back. Takes you in the back, right? So, like, as Lilbrock's back there, like, pocketing items and taking full advantage, right? Like, the halfling's patting him down and, like, stealing all the shit that he got from, like, the wild. You know, so we break even, but... No, this guy reveals himself to you as a bit of a thievery trainer if you need, you know, need practice, you need a facility. You know.
Okay.
You know, the crash test dummy with the bells on it for pickpocketing and all that kind of... He's got, like, this little... You know, he's got this little get-up. You want to brush up on your skills. Because the guy does not go from 4th level rogue to, like, you know, I'm in the field and the party won't let me steal. It's really sucky. And now I'm 10th level and I haven't trained or become expert in my thievery or here's a whole bunch of locks you can pick. Like, you suddenly become 6th level in the jungle and go, I want expert in thievery. Okay. You stealth everywhere, but... You know, like if these skills get rusty, you know what I'm saying? You know, little.
I've done disable device a couple of times on the totems and.
Oh yeah. No, I know, but like, never hurts to keep practice, and you know, us small folk gotta stay together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For a negligible fee that the DM will look up in the core book later, I can provide you with services, training, and equipment. Nudge, nudge, wink. That you will find not only useful in training, but far into your future. Just saying. Well, I think we've left them alone long enough, right? So it brings you back out, you know, just on the down low. So, making some apologetics, saying, I'm sorry, you know, the World War I Snoopy ace fighter pilot helmet and goggles and scarf are nice, but unless the wizard commits to being the Red Baron and flying us around, we're not going with this, so. I completely understand, you know. But I'll keep these items for you just in case, you know. It's not like I've got a whole bunch of small clientele to, like, sell them to either. They're children's wear, but we don't need to tell him that. Anyway, so, yeah. And, like, this is this, you know, rinse and repeat many merchants. People are interested in that you can bring them something rare from the Moagi Expanse. Who wouldn't be? But then there's delivering on it, right? Heading out to Breach Hill itself, you guys were talking about... Ryan was talking about out there in the wild. You guys wanted to sort of like on a hilltop where it's like windy as hell. This hill, you know, not to mention the wind whistling through the giant holes in the walls. Did I mention this place is windy up here and cold? There's like that little tent camp we got going on with goblins, and then they've kind of moved it into the courtyard now they've got that cleaned up, right? Theowen, son of Theowen, proudly shows you the progress, or aka lack of progress, that he has managed to achieve because cleaning took 8 days. Then there was clearing the courtyards, which was another 6. And so that's like 2 weeks.
Good
right?
job.
Then you guys, they started general repairs, which is 2 more weeks. So they've just finishing fixing broken doors or whatever. They have not rebuilt anything. They do not have for the battlements or building the collapsed stairs to get up to them.
Yeah, that takes time.
Right. I'm assuming the first thing you guys would want to fix are the actual walls.
Yep.
Well, the doors, the walls.
Yeah.
Doors are done. Doors are done. Like, all right. And and any new materials, we'll say that's part of that tab that you're,
Yep.
We'll go back through this on a time-tooth comb, but sort of let the audience in on.
Yep. Fill the holes in the walls. And then after that's done, I would say battlements.
Okay. Each room per hole, 8 days and a 20 crafting check per hole. Takes you a week to fill in a hole properly with stained masonry.
Yeah. Biggest hole first.
Because you're not just bricking up a wall; it's a foundation wall of a castle that has to, it's serious. Like
it's going to take time, man, but we got to get him on it.
Yep.
No, it's fine. Now Thea can handle this, or like I said, while you're here. But then again, if you're working on this Muros, you're not working on your disciple. You're not working on Stunning Fist. So again, you probably want Frank to be the lead on this kind of thing.
Yeah, no, 100%, because he is here 24/7, whereas I am not.
Yeah, well, you talked about looking in and doing some craft, but that suddenly takes away from your own.
He's
projects.
the Chamberlain.
No, yeah, exactly.
But this is very cool.
Notice he likes to put the dwarf of the house.
Okay.
Well, can you not spend 8 hours training and then 8 hours doing repairs per day?
I think the idea is to focus on something. Why learn French and then hard math? Like, that's high school stuff. Like, if they're condensing a huge skill or a small skill into like a week and it's done, you're unlearning something, and it's like those kung fu montages, right? They take what's her name? They go fingertips, board, push your fingertips, and then just make the fist. And you do that freaking all week long. And then when they bury her alive, she's able to come out. And that was like when they do the montage of all the moves, you're assuming that sure she's doing them all at once. But you could do one move for a week, or you could do 4 moves for a month, and then you're ready. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a 1-for-1 trade is what I'm getting from the rules. Because otherwise everybody could go, right, we do 10 things all week long, and 1 week later we have 10 feats. Now it's like, no, it's a week per feat. It's All
right.
However, you're not alone. Like I said, as long as you have Theo on site, and you guys can come in and give your 2 cents and tap them out, or that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Right?
Dope.
Yeah. So the place is cleaned out, general repairs, and doors are fixed, and now we begin starting now, like when you guys got here, he started working on a crumbled wall. So that means now they need stone from Buddy, and you guys have just dropped a whole bunch of money. So that first week you're here, right? You guys rolled up on Tusk. Let's say you stay a week at least. Or all 3 to get 8, right? 3 weeks later, now I'm assuming Glory in a week is what, 7 days, 10 days? Is it 10 days at Front Realms? I don't think it's 7. I think there's like their calendar's like a 10-day or a...
Right.
Okay. Well, rounding up for 6 days and rounding down for 8, okay? We could pick 3 rooms and repair 3 walls in the time that you guys are here before you leave in 3 weeks.
Okay.
Right. And I'll just make a note. We can look at the map, later. You guys can decide what walls are most relevant, right? And we'll say,
How many holes are there? Do you know?
Oh, there's like a dozen, I think. There's like, remember you guys kept finding, I know there's at least 6, like, so 3 to 6 major breaches in this place, right? Then there's interior trouble, right?
Yeah. So we'll just throw them out there basically till it's done, and then move on to the next task.
Well, I'm just saying, after the 3 weeks you guys spent here, or 8-day 3 weeks, right? 3 are complete, and then you go back to, back to the jungle you go.
So in 3 weeks, 3 weeks is what, 21 days?
Well, like I said, these take 8 days each. So it's actually 24 days. Right?
Yeah, okay. 24 days. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out how much time I have, because I'm going to craft. I'm just trying to figure out how many potions I'll be able to crank out.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, I can look up the actual map if you want. Let's have a look. Ta-da. How many major holes and how many major walls do we have in this place. There's starting at the top. There's one on the north wall. Then there's a small breach just around the corner on the first east side, hugging all the way around the top end, facing towards the mountain caves where the bear was. There's a major breach in that library, so that's 3. This big pile in the middle with the pond and everything, that's courtyard cleanup, so that doesn't count as a wall repair. So that's 3. Coming down to the bottom, 4. Oh, there's only 4. You guys might as well stay the whole, do the 4th one.
Sure.
At least you'd have a secure compound.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, so go back into notes here. And again, we'll have to figure out how much that's going to cost and blah, blah, blah. This is good. So, 8 days each, right? So, that's 32 days. That's your good month. We spend a month.
Yeah. Spend a month back home. And I'll whip up a bunch of
potions. Now, we also have Oakenheart with us, who can, again, possibly accelerate, right? Because here's an idea. If it takes 8 days with one crafter on one wall, why not? Do you have crafting, Oakenheart? No.
No.
You could put 4 crafters on 4 walls and get them all done in 8 days. You know what I'm saying?
Me?
Well, if anyone else has crafting like stonemasonry, or you guys just want to hire more people, if you want done this, we want this. You've got one guy, Frank, and his goblins going. Wall number 1, 8 days. Wall number 2, 8 days. If you want to bring Tuskhead out here and entrust him with some more knowledge and money, he'll come out here with his crew, not just with supplies for Frank. You got to pay the guy to be a lead on a construction site, but you do everything twice as fast because you got Frank doing one hole and you got him doing the other. Something to think about maybe for next time around when we got more money. But right now, he's just bringing you, right? Bring you supplies. It's transporting 10 miles out of town. Okay. So, while Al is figuring out how many potions he can whip off, shall we say that Lobrak, the end of a training montage, has emerged victorious?
No more. 4 days. 4 days per potion.
Okay. So
and the grade of potion depends on what I roll.
Okay. So if we're doing 4 8-day sets, that's 8 potions.
8 potions.
Yeah.
All right. So you need 8 crafting checks.
I'm also going to say, money we need to spend, right? Need cost of 8 potions. Cost of stone delivered. And cost of... What else were you making or buying? Or something else. Potions, the walls. There was something else we were looking into. You didn't want to buy any extra spells, did you? You were just going to source them up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Training cost.
I thought we could do it for free if we trained each other.
Yes.
Well, I guess there might be supplies used in training. I'd give it to you at 50% or something. Like Miros needs to buy the exercise ball or the I don't know.
Well, here I have the ruling for it, so I can read it off. And
well, there's crafting something, and then there's crafting something yourself, right? So if it's 75% cheaper, what's the cost of retraining a feat? I would let you guys do it at even 10 to 30%. It's way cheaper than because you're just buying some mundane stuff to do it yourself. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Right. It basically says the rules abstract the process of learning new things. You level up, you're learning on the job, but retraining suggests the character works with the teacher or undergoes specific practice to retrain. If you want, you can entirely ignore this aspect to retraining, but it does give an opportunity to introduce or reintroduce NPCs and further the game's story. You can even have one player character mentor another, particularly when it comes to retraining skills. Any cost to retraining should be pretty minor, about as much as a PC could gain by earning income over the same period of time. The costs are mostly there to make the training feel appropriate within the context of the story, not to consume significant amounts of the character's earnings.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't gonna gouge you guys, but it's like because we're building a fortress, every penny counts, man. So it's just like sooner or later, we're gonna have to go through this with a fine-tooth comb. But okay.
A teacher might volunteer to work without pay as a reward for something the character has already done, or simply ask for a favor in return.
Yeah. So I don't think your monk training really costs much of anything.
I didn't think so either, but I wanted to get the rule.
Oh yeah.
There for the listening audience, if nothing else.
Yeah, no, it's sorry, Joe. That was your one moment to talk in this episode, and he took it, but that's okay.
All right.
You got to stay on top of this, Joe. I know Doug's been hogging all your Star Wars moments, haven't you? He's just so happy to like read a rule. Doug's so quick on that stuff. All right. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a map of this place rebuilt. I guess we could fake one, or have the wife work on one. Honey, would you mind? No. Just busy working on your Star Wars maps right now, actually, for book 5. So yay, we have walls, and we have like see how many doors there are in this place? Like, there's so many doors. All right. And Theon's been fixing them up one by one. Took days. All right.
Everyone that he kicked in.
Yeah, that's true. He's good.
That's what he feels personally responsible.
You guys hit a dungeon. He kicks open every door, and then it's like next dungeon. He's like, "You guys go on now. I gotta fix this. We're gonna own every place." So because there's also the secret dungeon next door. Like there's the second level. You guys like the ring is technically the 3rd level. There is the 2nd level of this dungeon under the keep that you can get to with the secret door right on the wall mountain right there. Remember that? Where all the undead and everything were? Yeah, all that, right? So even if they started digging, they would find all the tomb and all that stuff first before they kept digging and to find your ring. So there's 2 sub-levels. Lots of stone.
Well, there might be more holes on the other levels that need to be fixed in the walls, too.
They were underground. I think they were pretty intact except for the stairs, if memory serves. But there's certainly doors that Theon is like, okay, Theon, go to the other ones. Goblins want their home back.
So crafting stuff is you have to craft something, you have to spend half the item's value in materials. So you can either go and forge them yourself using downtime, or you can just buy them if you're near civilized.
50%?
50%, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was cheaper, but yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense.
No,
I think it's also the workspace cost.
So here's how it works. You can make it cheaper. So you've got your standard 4 days.
Yeah.
For each day beyond 4 days, you make it cheaper. So you can put more time into it to make it cheaper and use less materials.
Okay, so 8 potions, or do you want 4 but cheap potions? Yeah. Okay,
no,
so
I want 8 potions, so I'm going to pay the half price. Because these are lesser elixirs of life, and they're 3d6 plus 6. Like, they're good potions.
Okay, what happens if you roll low? They're 2d6 potions?
Okay.
Then he fails.
There's no half-baked potion?
Where is that? Crafting.
Elixir of Life Lesser, 5th level item. Elixir of Life Minor, 1st level item. I'm assuming you're building the minor ones that are 3 gold, and give you 1d6 hit points plus 1.
No.
3, okay.
It's the next step up.
Yeah, okay, but it's a 5th level item. You're like 7th level?
So it's a DC, so that's a DC 20.
Okay. And these are worth 30 to buy in the market.
So I'd pay 15 per.
Right. And then, okay.
And
okay, so that's something we can do right now. We could literally go into the notes. So let's have those rolls.
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about money we spent. And we went cost of potions.
Oof. 1 failed.
So 8 times 15.
Oh, can you give that one to me? 2 failures.
You're not just blowing money, you're blowing time. You'll never get that time back.
Oh, 3 fails.
Oh, man.
So 5 potions.
Okay, 5 times 15.
Yeah.
So, okay, so 75 GP gets you 5
just-
elixirs
It's one for each of us, anyways.
of
Lesser elixir life each.
lesser, yep.
So
Okay.
those are like emergency ones, and I'm still going to be dishing out the lessers.
So going back into the party money here.
Yeah, chunk that off the top.
It's not letting me edit it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So 106, and then we're going to take 75 off of that.
Yeah.
Leaves you with 31. And then we give it to the party.
Yeah.
There you go. That's strange.
It's for when Niles takes a dirt nap.
Now I also have magical crafting, but you got to spend some major time.
Okay, so the,
Make that
the
worthwhile.
30 gold pieces and silver got distributed amongst the party as
They gave it to Eris and Reyna as well, and Alethea. No, don't pay her. Thank you.
The wolf takes the money.
I'm
For the
oh
Lord.
damn
No,
yeah.
Alberic's part dragon. He's gonna hoard it all.
Miros isn't in this.
No, I
No.
noticed that as well.
No, it's okay.
Or Niles. Yeah, you guys got paid nothing.
Oh, because
Well,
you
if-
guys aren't logged in. No, you are logged in.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not.
I'll put you on here. I'll put you on here. Put you on the party
Eh,
sheet. No,
It
that's not.
serves me right for expecting to be part of the party. By thunder and fire. I should.
Okay, Miros is in the party, and Niles is now in the party. Okay. All right. So
Oh, memories.
how much did you get as your share, Al? From that last
Oh, I don't
drop?
know. Hold on.
Did you
One
fi-
second. I will find that inventory. They gave me 5 gold and 1 silver.
Okay, so Niles, Miros, give yourself 1 silver, 5 gold manually, because the other guys automatically had it dumped on their characters. And I have the official party sheet being the 5 of you again. Sorry for that. Didn't even realize that it's been that long. It's been a while. Yeah, guys, it's been a while. All right. But not necessarily want to spend like 2 full episodes on all this downtime. And it's interesting, and it is relevant because they really want you to build a relationship with the town, the NPCs, and this. You're building a home.
Yep.
Defendable home in a business. So, but aren't you just dying to get back in that jungle? Right the wrongs.
All right. So yeah, find yourselves the I might be able to link it so you can drag and drop. Give me a second here.
Oh, I can just
Item.
put it. I can put it in party loot.
The lesser elixirs of life.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I can just go into inventory, and I guess like there's a lesser elixir life, and go boop. Close that, and then say, okay, there are 5. There you go.
Everybody grab one.
Nice.
Cool, huh? And since I pulled
Yeah,
it from the
that's
official
super
book
cool.
sheet, I was like, yeah, I love this. I can't see it what I did on the actual video, but yeah. Okay, everybody get your elixir of life. There you go. Thank you, Spiegler, for bringing that up, because now that prompted him to like use a new skill, a new showcase. Okay. So, hugs and kisses from Theon, and he made you all a boxed lunch. Time to go back through the portal, yeah? A month later. We have a no longer trap finder. We now have a dedicated archetype monk goblin rogue. We have no longer crushing hugs from Miros. We have stunning fists. And we do have a lot of contacts and leads on not only bringing in goods, but inventing things in the future, like crafting that nifty crossbow, etc., etc.
Yep.
So, back through the portal we go. Sorry, back to the guys.
In the cave?
Yeah, no, there are guys that refuse to leave the brewery. We must.
Yeah, but they did.
still
They did.
No, they
I
didn't.
took 20.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Matt took 20.
no, taking 20 on a
I took
stubborn.
20 on the
no,
persuasion check, which means I went out there and tapped the keg and didn't leave till it was dealt with.
No, let's have it. Come on, let's hear the argument. Let's have it again. These guys have their own interests. They put the work in.
Right. So, why would you want to be in this brewery it's made of stone, right? But why wouldn't you want to go back to the caverns, lads? You know you'd be more comfortable there.
Show him the drawing. He pulls out your sketch of Desna. Try explaining this to us.
Oh, did you try any of them mushrooms I brought you from the Moagi Expanse?
We gave them all to the druid. That's why he's stuck to the ceiling. Answer the question.
Aye, that's why.
Yeah, and by the way...
You really should try them at least once. It'll open your mind.
I'm not talking about Miros. I'm talking about our druid. Right?
Yeah.
He's spider climbing the ceiling going, get in the chopper! Get in the chopper! And he's just flying around. As amusing as that's been for the first
There we go. There's my diplomacy.
Oh.
33.
Yes.
Okay, the alchemist agrees to come. The other one's too high for an answer, and the paladin steadfastly. So it's per guy.
Oh, you want more?
Yeah, I want more. Another argument too. You've talked. Okay, now I will let Rick aid another because you've talked him into it.
Sweet.
You can also use the guys, but if you use Miros and these guys at this point, you're gonna get tossed out the door because Miros is not your best diplomat.
So that was the alchemist. Who am I arguing with now?
Paladin.
It's Druid, I can't. So now it's
Paladin.
Paladin. Oh,
our Paladin from down under.
What's his religion?
Torag. That's why he was so offended that you're like making nudes of Desna butterflies and shit. What is this?
I was high, lad. I was high. Very, very, very high. You should really try those mushrooms. It will open your mind.
And then you come...
But speaking of opening your mind, don't you think Torag would want you to brew a brew in the caverns?
So walk up to the Pope and say, "Hey, man, I'm not a religious person, but wouldn't God want you to do this? What do you think the Pope would do?"
It's a good question. With a diplomacy of 20?
Well, I'm just saying, like, using his god against the paladin, I'm going to negate.
I'm not using his god against the paladin.
You are. You're like, what would Torag want you to do? It's like, dude, you were totally trying to lever his god against him. So I'm canceling the bonus that Rick would have given you. We're going with the 20. He says he'll think about it. He wants the druid's opinion. He's still flying around up there. Anyway, Remember how you said you go out every once in a while? You guys have been gone a month, so it's like, let's maybe every week, right? So let's go like 2 weeks later. 2 weeks
later, druids finally come down once more.
No, the druid is curled up in a ball in a room, and Rick is taking everything apart, and the paladin has just been looking after the druid who's suffering from withdrawal. So now you got a paladin nursing a very sick druid, and only Rick is like taking the things apart on his own, and the paladin's been busy, can't stop him because he's nursing this druid back to health. So again, starting with a penalty, let's hear your argument now.
Cause I freaking said so, cousin. With another 20.
Would you hear a resounding "nuh-uh" in resort?
No. Actually, the druid speaks up and says, "Cousin, we voted him our leader, so he's got you there." Starts throwing up a bucket. Anyway, he's holding the bucket, and it's filling up and just spilling over onto his fingers and boots. But the paladin doesn't break your eye contact. There's that long moment, and he's more interested in keeping that determined eye contact with you than the mess that's just pouring over his arms and hands. But finally, he just kind of gives you that swift nod, like, all right, we'll do it your way.
All right then, perfect. You're gonna love it, I tell you. Oh, and pay no mind to the arachnid living in the corner. Throw a bit of food its way every once in a while. It'll keep the place rodent free. It's a built-in exterminator. Just be nice to it.
He just raises an eyebrow as he's like backing out the door, closing it with one hand. Oh yeah, and feed the arachnid guys. Bye. What? Okay. So that was like week 2, week 3. So a week later, a week later, you're like down to your last week, and then you're finished, and you track out there, and these guys have had 4 to 6 days to start, packing up and moving. So I think they're still packing up. I don't think they've moved out to the cave. But you might want to talk to your arachnid friend that the boys
No,
are
it'd probably
coming.
take a couple weeks to haul everything back, and
Yeah, like they're still packing shit up. So, but you might want to. Are you gonna warn our arachnid friend that the boys are moving in? You have some roommates.
Yep.
It seemed to have a 50-50 tolerance with our half-elven necromancer. Right? They came to some kind of accord, left each other alone.
Yep.
And you saw the value in not killing every last living moving thing. This one time. So yeah, okay. So, one last bout of diplomacy. How would you approach an alien-minded, arachnid, thinking, quasi-sentient being that it's going to have roommates again?
Well, maybe take a little bit of time and get to know it. Find out what kind of food it likes.
Okay, now we're here 5 weeks, guys. It's like so there's a montage of like the buddy, let's be friends. Like Al and him doing all kinds of taking selfies, doing all kinds of weird
it's not going to
shit.
take a week to be like, what's your favorite food? I can get that for you.
I meant like a day of like she teaches you to climb on the roof and you like cast spider climb and you're laughing together and the Muros falls off, right? And there's a scene where like she's spinning a web and you're like barfing and shitting out like spaghetti and things and then trying to weave it together.
Well, it was me and you.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No
You
matter how
have a drinking contest that's got like 4 freaking mugs and standing on the last 2 legs and just throwing it back, to get, Then it starts throwing up the Technicolor yawn.
31 diplomacy.
Starts throwing up
to negotiate living terms.
Yeah, just as it's throwing up the Technicolor yawn, that's where the song goes. I don't know why anybody, just like when it breaks into the breach part. All my life, okay. With a tearful wave of a hanky when you finally leave Al, because he's so charismatic. I mean, you gotta admit it. You guys, 5 weeks later, trudge back. Okay, 5 minutes later. It's a quick montage. Trudge back to the portal.
Yep.
Now, you remember the last time you guys tried portal travel?
We need to name the spider, guys. Think on it.
It has a name.
Actually, you know what? Aiden, this one's all you.
It has a name.
It does have a name?
Yeah. You never bothered asking me my name. What's your favorite food? Huh? Yeah, it has a name.
Cool. What's the name?
I'm getting there.
Future corpse.
Future corpse.
Arachnid number 5.
The creature is called a Tixatog.
Yeah, but does it have an actual name, or is that the type of creature?
I believe it does, but it has it has like its own way of speaking. Like it can understand common and kind of talk it, but it has its own hissing way of. You might want to give it a nickname.
Yeah.
I'll give it that because it's like its own language or its own name would be like what? Yeah.
What was the race called? The creature type called? Tix something?
Tixitog. I will pull up.
Pixel.
So Trixie the Tixie?
What?
We're going to call it Trixie.
Here you go. Check this out, Spiegler.
So
Bam.
cute.
Oh, man. You gotta give me a goddamn trigger warning for that.
Freakishly long tongue, 3 great big eyes on a chitlin head, and then tiny little dots for eyes. What I'm really digging is how it's got 4 legs that kind of point down, and then the 2 in the middle kind of arch up, like it's giving high fives to itself.
Yep.
It's awesome. And it's female, so of course.
It's raising the roof in the back and clapping the hands at the front, the things in the middle. It's like, yeah!
Yeah.
That's it's partying. It's having a good time. That's why it's our pet now.
You want to call it Trixie? Trixie the Tixatog? Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's the first name
So
came to
many
mind.
people will come to the bar when they see that's our mascot.
I know, eh? With torches and pitchforks, led by Lobrak. But anyway, so
It's probably eaten a few goblins in its day.
Oh, what do you mean, a few?
You do learn a couple
Maybe
things.
goblins its favorite food, and with the way they breed, you know, we've probably got a reliable food source.
Yeah, we got a reliable food source.
Or we could
You
just sell it.
sicko.
No, that's evil.
It's a aberration.
Yeah, that's what Ryan was saying. Miros, he's like, I'm a monk. I got to kill it. It's an aberration.
Yeah, no, that's skill, death by fire. I come back from taking a whiz, and this is the first thing I see. I'm like, I wasted my whiz. This thing.
I should have saved it for this.
Somehow I feel it's going to end up being a very morose T-shirt. Miro saying, "I wasted my whiz." I don't know how I can spin that into some kind of canon moment, but I'm fearful that it might become one.
That's
Wasted my
the
whiz.
new episode title.
So,
Dwarven brew,
running-
and it's just a picture of Miros's back, the mug on the ground,
Oh.
slowly filling up with a frothy fluid.
Napalm. Dwarven napalm.
Ew.
So, running down the hallway, sparing no more time or expense, towards our portal, popping out the other side. No, you guys get to the ring, the Elven ring.
Yep.
And there's pause because the last time you guys, you all perceived that there was crackling and glitching and, So again, can I have a little bit of a perception check? Or do you guys just want to start right up with the disabled device and crafting from Miros and Lobrak to make sure that this thing is in fine working order so you don't end up somewhere else in the multiverse?
I got a 21.
Again, into the tower net.
Oh, sorry.
That's the second time. He's not even drunk this time.
Without you knowing as much.
He made a big deal of it last time he was hosed through it. Waste of a
Throw my
33.
windows.
For you. Oh, it didn't go in.
33.
Tricky tower.
33. You can't see the tower? I actually moved my tower right on the D20 so I could just twink. Put it
There
right
you
over
go.
top of the chat.
See, it
Okay.
lights up, but sometimes when it lights up, it doesn't take the dice. It's weird. Like when you bring a dice over it, it has a little symbol that lights up.
Yeah, cool. Miros, Albrick,
I
Lobrak.
tossed mine into the... Yeah.
Okay. And Steppen. Oh, it was Steppen that didn't put it in the tower. I'm giving Matt shit. It's the other Matt. He's sitting
No, it
there
was me
smiling.
too. It was me too.
All right.
We both did it. We're both
right.
guilty.
As far as you guys,
Bad Mats.
far,
Mats.
far
We
as
did
you
it on
guys can
purpose,
tell,
what can we say?
shoving Lobrak in and out through the threshold of the magic portal, making sure, nope, yes, no, yep, yeah, okay.
He comes back with a purple face, comes back with a green face, comes back with a brown face.
Oh no! As soon as you grabbed him, you got that log version of Lobrak. He's a ninja now. Like you just using a playtest dummy. Lobrak's already painted himself as part of the wall, waiting for you guys to finish.
Yeah.
So everything seems to be in order. You traverse the tube.
Mm-hmm.
Love that lava. Oh look, there's Lobrak's scratches. We're in the right place, boys. And back into our very own jungle. Don't ever do that again, DM Jeff. We appear at the temple, greeted by the Ukj hunters. They bid us well.
Oh, I already miss good old Tuskhead.
Okay. You guys travel north to the city of the elves,
settlement?
where we've left Niles for at least a month. Staying by Nikita's side 24/7 because he doesn't know the language. Let's talk about retraining languages. Maybe Niles would like to learn Elven while he's here. Then we wouldn't need her.
Maybe, but that
Or-
means I'd have to drop one.
How about teach them Dwarven?
Yeah, that might be a little better.
Yeah. So lots of time going by with.
Did Niles happen to find love while we were away?
I'm just saying they seem a little bit more playful and familiar with each other. You don't know what's going on. They both, if you want to ask Niles about it, I don't know. They pull you
But
aside.
just keeps complaining about slivers in his willy, and we're like, what?
I asked for a blowjob, but I'm afraid she's got wooden teeth. But
Oh,
They call that a George Washington.
damn it! What am I doing?
Oh.
A JW, the kids say nowadays.
all right.
Wooden hand, wooden teeth, but all woman. All right.
Triple W.
Just kidding. That was terrible. I apologize. I actually do apologize. I apologize to our sponsors. I apologize to my parents. I apologize to your children, Miros. I apologize
I have no regrets.
No, I'm apologizing for Matt being part of the show. It's not my fault. Just bringing Matt on as ups and downs. So, gentlemen, are we ready to collect our friends and head back and start ripping apart this jungle again? Are we going to find?
Yeah, we have the location of 2 of those pillars.
Yeah.
So
and there's something else, like straight to the south here. There's something going on with these ponds. There's a couple other pillars.
Mm-hmm.
There's there's all kinds of
Did
stuff.
we want to learn more about the gold belief?
Yeah.
Well, Niles had a lot of time learning about the culture. How about society check there, Niles?
Sure. Somebody want to roll it for me?
Or I could say, or straight up diplomacy, just like trying to get them to reveal their secrets, right?
We know it's like the blood of
Yeah, well, I can use diplomacy to
dark one, I think.
request.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just
So-
like, what do you know? It's like, well, just ask, right?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
24. It goes back to the legend of Dahak, how the Yukajay were the first and last line of defense against this great creature. And when several Yukajay sacrificed themselves and using their souls and soul magic to imbue weapons, so they actually had a weapon that could pierce the great god dragon's impenetrable hide. When they finally made it bleed and killed it or drove it from this land, it spewed hot, molten, yellowish gold lava. And they believe this blood of Drahak that had seeped into the land is the gold that gets dug up and craved by humans and dwarves alike when they come looking for it. They see how this gold affects mankind, not understanding their obsession with it. They see how men fight over it, kill comrades over it, for possession of it, claiming it's incredibly valuable, that they are wealth. Wealth to a Yukajay elf is hearth, home, friends, family, and finding love and a good hunt and community.
And
Not-
silver.
Not holding over gold and riches like a dragon would. They believe all gold in their lands comes from the ancient god dragon Dahak, and hence it is a bad omen and it is cursed. Because look what it does to people when they dig it up. Cool. Yeah. And we will see you all next time.
I mean, we'll totally take all of the gold off their hands. If
Oh yeah, I mean that's no brainer, right? These guys don't want it. I mean, it's just there for the taking.
Well, it brings up the interesting question of why does their leader wear gold, though?
Oh, very true.
Diplomacy, Joe.
Sure. Or actually, yeah, for gather information.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's still diplomacy.
Okay.
But it's a secret role.
Yeah. Well, I'm rolling for you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
30. To wear gold for a warrior of the Yukajay race is their greatest honor as well as their greatest sorrow. This marks a man of a worthy title, that he will be of the first to sacrifice himself so that soul magic can be used to imbue weapons to fight the darkness
Ooh,
once more.
that's
It-
cool.
It is a mark of pride. It is a great honor and tradition, but also comes with great sorrow. And our half-elven bard's father wears said gold. And now we'll see you next time. No take backsies. Good night.